Body Illusion. Yeah, you thought you were done with me for the day. Fooled you, didn't I? Didn't I? So here I am again. Um, Deidre Gore, hi, honey. I'm glad you're here. Ned, I'm so glad you're here. Village, I'm here, glad you're here too. I put in my routine. I put in as many people as I could think of for that are part of the village. I put in their YouTube channel. So if you want to scroll up and find, I love that. Hi, buddy. That's a hi, Echo. I'm so glad you're here, honey. I'm so glad you're here. Um, yes, like I said, you thought you were done with me for the day. Silly, silly, silly. So I decided to, of course, I went into others' closet again, stole one of his hats. I was gonna wear his red one, but he already we already showed that one. So I grabbed up one of his green ones. Aria, hi, honey. Please rest. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So since I ended up with a green hat, I decided to do the New Year's elf. so I went, so I went all green. Um, I it's other is was supposed to be making salsa, but he ended up going to uh, a car repair place, a car parts place, to help me. Um, One thing he does wonderfully is keeps mom on track. So when he's not here, I feel very lost. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll get through it. I didn't see her. Is she here? Oh, hi, Tiff. Hi, Tiff. Welcome, honey. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Um, I know you guys have probably looked at me more than you wanted to. I say that every time I look in the mirror. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is. So if you notice my hair is up, huh? Something different. I figured do something different. Do something different. I'm going to be the same person no matter what. So at least look a little bit different. So all my hair is under this hat. Do not move the hat or then it all comes falling down. I am, like I said, I am not lucky enough to have Mac's hair. Mac has beautiful hair. It's so thick and so full and so gorgeous. I just don't have. Um, she keeps saying that, so we're gonna highlight that. So hopefully that makes sense. Just right now, very few things make sense to me. But what else is new? Like I said, my river, my creek runs pretty shallow. So, excuse me. Be that as it may, I told you earlier that I wasn't going to talk about, you know, uh, what you plan for the next year and la 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 la. Plans change, people change, life changes. Next thing you know, you're going left, and all of a sudden you're going right. It happens. It happens. I'm going to talk about my tradition. As I have mentioned, I am from good old Silicon Valley. It wasn't called Silicon Valley when I was a kid. I was considered what they called a prune picker. That's what you were called. If you were born in that area, you were called a prune picker. Very few people, probably alive, still know those words as a prune picker. That area was considered prune pickers because it was agriculture at that time, and then the base. Then we had a military base, which was always exciting. Always exciting. Always exciting. They were always around. Uniforms everywhere. Oh, trust me, I love a man in uniform. I don't understand the Marines uniform. For some reason it doesn't match to me, but I understand the starched look and the clean look of them. You know, but there, yeah, I love a military man. Maybe it's because I was always raised around them. There was always a military group. My mother's brother, uh, all of his friends were in the Navy or the Marines or something. So uniforms was around me all the time. So I was used to that. So, but where I'm from, before it became Silicon Valley, it was, hi, Yamena. Hi, honey. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I know your day has been very busy. You've been on a couple of times, and then you come on and say hi to us, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time to do that because uh, I understand how real life does. Real life does. So I understand taking the time to be here takes a lot. And for that, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. To sit here and look at somebody in a silly green hat. uh, oh, Beans has now tore up his second toy since I've been on. And how I've been on how long? So he's probably got the ootsies. So once I'm done with this one, oh, that's what it is. It's his walking time. That's the reason he's going through toys. He's used to going for his nightly, his daily play park time right at this time. But he'll just he'll survive. He'll survive for another 45 minutes or so. Um, I wanted to talk about my traditions, and I had mentioned that my grandparents. I mean, if you've ever watched the movie Grapes of Wrath, they were kind of that way. I mean, my grandfather, who keeps dinging me? My grandfather came over. My grandfather came over from Oklahoma. They were born in Arkansas. They moved to Oklahoma. My uncle that I was talking about with all the Marines around him. Uh, he was born in Oklahoma. My grandfather came to California and he rode the rails to get to California. Okay, so he was one of those. One of those. He was a Woody Guthrie. He got to California with one dime in his pocket. Okay, one dime. So he fought and earned and scrimped and saved and sent for the family. And that's how we ended up being in the Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, in the prune picker area. We went to Churchill and moved up. But anyway, that's me. Uh, now you know my family's history, which doesn't. Okay, how much does that really mean to you? How much does that really mean to you? You've got to go do something. I know I'm laughing. You've got to go do something though, honey. I don't have anything for you. I don't. Please go somewhere, please. Okay. Yeah. So, my tradition is from. I'm going to use the word. Don't be insulted. From the Archie days. From the Archie days. And we do it every year, and we make sure, even if we're not hungry, we take a bite. Okay. I know. He's so mistreated. He's so mistreated. He's only gone through 2 toys in 10 minutes, right? You should, yeah. And if anybody has seen my community page, you know what I look at when the live is over. But anyway, um, we do the Arky thing, and I'm gonna call it the Arky thing. To me, it's not an insult. I'm proud. I'm proud that my family is from Arkansas. I'm proud that my family is from Oklahoma. I don't consider myself from there, but my family's from there. My mother's family's from there. My dad's family's from Indiana. Blah 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 blah. That's a whole nother unpacking. So our tradition is every Christmas we have a ham, a bone-in ham. Got to have a bone-in ham. So every Christmas we have a bone-in ham, and then once by that time everybody's done eating leftover ham. So all that's left is the bone and the meat that you can't get off, right? So my grandmother, and then I do it too. My mother did it. This is just what we do. This is our tradition. We boil that thing. We put it on the stove early in the morning on New Year's Day. We boil the heck out of it. Get that meat loosened up, getting it, Anyway, now we're getting into recipes. Then, while that's happening, the black eyed peas are soaking. Okay. So we have black eyed peas. Of course, we have to have cornbread and fried potatoes. We got to have those, and cabbage. I know a lot of people use greens and things like that, but I think as you become into the suburbs, it's not as easy to go out and pick greens, because don't get me wrong, March is the best time. And you go out and you pick mustard greens. I've done it. And my grandmother's cooked them up, and life has been, they acted like they were eating sirloin steak. Me personally, no, nope, 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 nope. But we do cabbage, black eyed peas, gotta have the cornbread because we're still Argies, and we do. Hi, Teresa. I hope it worked out good for you. I know, huh? Don't I look like a leprechaun? I'm in the wrong holiday. I'm a couple months early. But you can see, I don't care. Oh, Indigo! Hi! I don't think I've seen you in a while. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Yeah, so the reason Arkies got to have their cornbread. My grandmother never liked sugar. She didn't like sugar. She didn't do sugar. So sugar did not go into her cornbread. Nope, 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 nope. Because when she was raised, they didn't have sugar. They had sorghum molasses. And I don't know if you ever eat sorghum molasses. I love it. I love it on homemade biscuits. They are the best things in the whole wide world. I love them. But to put into something, it definitely gives a different flavor. So she never put sugar in her coffee. She wasn't a sugar person. So and it's just because that's the way she was raised. Sugar tasted bad to her. So, you know, um, my grandfather, his father, ran uh, a mill, a sorghum mill. So they would take it and, you know, the windmill and the whole 9 yards. So it was quite interesting. I hear tales. I hear tales. Oh, you want to hear a tale? You want to hear a tale? I don't know if I've told you this before. And let me finish this story, and then hopefully I'll remember, hopefully I'll remember that deal. So the reason we eat black eyed peas and cabbage, and trust me, we keep all the windows open after everybody eats that stuff. A lot of fans are on. But the black eyed peas are for uh for health, for uh good crops, for prosperity, for not prosperity, but for good crops, for basically, so you know, the it's good luck for not going hungry. You know, when you're living in that, you depend on Mother Nature. Well, we know how Mother Nature does. She's got her own mind. So it's for that. And the cabbage, and I'm sure if Ben was here or other was here, they have that kind of mind. They would understand, and they would could figure out the cabbage is for wealth. So prosperity and things like that in the future, in the next year. So that's the reason cabbage and black eyed peas, even though it sounds very odd together, that's what we do. We can be completely full. We can be sick of ham. We can be completely sick. We will at least have a bite of each, just so we, you know. So I take that ham bone, and now once it's nice and cooked, then I put it into the black eyed peas, and I cook it all together, and you know, and life is good. So right now, I've got black eyed peas and a ham bone cooking on the stove, and let me tell you, it smells like home. But I've talked to you about that before. I'm very much an olfactory. My olfactory means a lot to me. Certain smells, certain, you know, I, um, I can walk past somebody in a grocery store and I'll go, my grandmother used to smell, used to wear that smell, you know, my mother smelled like that. You know, my olfactory is very strong when it comes to memories. But anyway, back to the story. I remembered the story. Yay! I remembered the story. So, my grandfather was one of the youngest of his group, of his family. There was four brothers and sisters, and then that woman passed away, and then the father married a quite younger woman. She was like 18 and he was like 40. So they popped out a few more kids. Okay. So he was one of them. He was the youngest one of those. So by the time he got to 13 or 14, uh, cars were starting to come around. You know, the Model A's, Model T's. You know, we're talking, not me, them. Okay. So uh, he was tall, thin, gorgeous. You know, obviously I didn't get my body from him, but he was tall, thin, gorgeous. He was just a beautiful man. And so his brothers ran a car lot, which was the new fad. So he would always be in a brand new car. So he's driving down the road in Oklahoma. I think it was Oklahoma or Texas, cruising around. Excuse me. And he sees this line of cars. And he's like, okay, I have nothing else to do. Let's go see. It may be a party. Let's go see what's going on. So he follows this procession and it goes up the hill and blah, blah, blah. And everybody starts parking. He starts looking around. He ended up at Pretty Boy Floyd's funeral. Needless to say, he didn't stay long. He didn't stay long. He went, oh, okay. And he turned around and drove away. But I thought that was kind of interesting, you know, that He just happened to be driving down the road and come across these people and climbed in the line, and there he went. I like that adventurous kind of side to people, that it's like, don't plan, just go, just try, just see what happens. You know, like it was Pretty Boy Floyd's funeral. Well, okay, then maybe that's where I not should be, to around driveway. That's the way life is, If you go this direction, and yeah. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's it. Quite interesting. So he was, so even though it's a story, and it's a cute one, to me, it's a cute one, but it tells a lot about life. Okay, you get going and you see what else out there, and you get there and you're going, huh, maybe that's not where I want to be. You turn around and you go do something else. It's that easy. It's that easy. Oh, is that what it was called? That was where his hideout was? Okay. Okay. See? See? See how she knows things? I didn't know that. So it was in Oklahoma. Okay. So it was in Oklahoma. Yeah. Because yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah. So I I don't even know if he has a tombstone. I figure probably it's been broken and people taking pieces. That's what people do. That's what people do, and it's a shame, but that's what they do. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's life in a nutshell. It really is. It is, you're going along and you say, oh, maybe that's not where I really want to be. And you veer off and you go do something else. Go try something else. Nobody says you have to stay there. If you feel uncomfortable, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Go someplace else. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh, another thing. My grandfather was quite wild in his younger days. Yes. While he was supposedly getting a place for my grandmother and my uncle, he he hooked up. He decided he needs to make some quick money. He was going to make some quick money for the family. Okay, he was very family oriented. Don't get me wrong. He was very family oriented. So he was going to make some quick money for the family. You have to excuse me. I have a pillow propping on my back. Um, so he was going to make some quick money for the family. So he hooked up with this guy and his gang, and they said, "Oh, we can make some quick money." And so he got together with these guys, this group, and he got together and they said, "Okay, we can make some quick money." Blah 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 blah, and they started telling him the story, and they started telling him about kidnapping a rich man's kid and holding him for ransom. And my grandfather goes, okay, well, hi. I don't think I know you. Welcome. Welcome. Uh, so, um, so that was their plan, to kidnap this rich man's child and hold him. It was a boy. Hold him for ransom. That was their big plan. Well, needless to say, my grandfather went, well, that's a little out of my league. I thought we were gonna do something stupid, but this is outrageous. So I think he only stayed about 2, 3 days with them until he found out really what they were about. And to make a long story short, which is too late, it was Machine Gun Kelly. planning the kidnapping of that rich kid. And it's in the news. It's all over the story. It's all over the news. It's common knowledge. But my grandfather got wrapped up in it, and he turned around, walked away. He said, "I'm not hurting a baby. I'm not hurting yet. That's not me. That's not me. I'd rather go pick cotton." So, um, I just, it's funny how um, life is. Yeah, welcome, welcome. It's nice that again there's another story of, if it feels uncomfortable, don't do it. If your gut says that's not where I want to be, then don't do it. Trust your instinct. Because we all know what happened to Machine Gun Kelly. You can tell I don't wear hats very often. I'm not a hat person. I can't stand hats. I can't stand them. They itch my head. but but that's another story of, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel good to your belly, to your gut, there's a reason. There's a reason. You are built, it is built into you for protection. It is as old as humans, that protection. Okay? So listen to it. Or I wouldn't be here. Put it that way. My mother wouldn't be here if he didn't listen to his gut. Okay? So that is really my philosophical way of saying, trust yourself. You know yourself. You know what's best for you. And going forward, trust you. You know what's right for you. Nobody else can tell you. No one can tell you right or wrong. They can suggest, they can, give you ideas, and you can take them into consideration. But deep down inside, you know what's right for you, because you're the only one that's you. You are the only one that's you. There is no one like you. You are unique. You are perfect. You are beautiful. Okay? And don't let anybody tell you that. I mean, a lady from with a green hat and a green shirt is telling you you're beautiful. What does that say? What does that say? um, I put up, as I said, I put up a lot of channels because I'm seeing a lot of channels pop up here. I put up a lot of channels that are in the village that I have, I have like a little spreadsheet on my phone. Click, 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 click. It needs to get longer. It's so short compared to how many people are in the village. So I am a real big stickler. It drives Brazy nuts. She still has so much patience with me. Please put up links to channels. Please, please, as many channels as you can. I don't care if they're, my caring is the village. I want to spread the word of the village. If they're in the village, spread the word with me. Please, please. I know I only get like 20 views. I don't care. I don't care if one person subs to one of those channels. That's great. That's great. That's cool and wonderful. Oh, that's another thing. I keep getting told, and I mentioned this earlier, I keep getting told, please sub to my channel. Like, hit the like button. Share if you dare to keep your friends. If you have an enemy, send me. But yeah, share, like, subscribe, comment after this, whatever you want to call it, show, uh, escapade, whatever you want to call this thing we're involved in at this moment. Um, it sends the word out. And that's my thing, is I want to send the word out of the village. And I can't do it. I'm doing the best I can, but I need your help. And you've helped me before. And I am not going to cry. I didn't bring my tissues, so I'm not going to cry today. Today is the first day of the year. The sun is trying to shine here in between the clouds, but I'll take what sunshine I have. You know, I'll take the sunshine I have, and I'll pretend I'll take it as a pretty. That's what you have to do in life. You have to, and it's hard, and it's so hard to not look at the ugly, because the ugly keeps coming. Okay, but in that ugly is that little teeny flower that's growing in there. Focus on that flower. Focus on that flower. Don't focus on this. It's going to be there no matter what. I don't know how that happened, but somebody's driving for me. Thank you, Ned, for driving. At least somebody's driving this thing. I am going to do shout outs on my community page for the village channels soon. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Yes, I'm going to call you Echo because, as I said, I love that name. Yes, yes, please do. Please do. Please do. Um, uh, I have a wrench. Oh, Ned, if you're still here, can you put up the link I did earlier? Can you put up the link to the village? Because in my humble opinion, which you can take it or leave it, I'm not here to push thoughts, feelings, emotions on you. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here just to talk, right? Because I'm getting tired of talking to myself. No, but when you go to the village, because of all of us being linked to the village will be full. Thank you. Thank you, honey. So even if you can't click this, you know, when in replay or whatever, you can go to the timestamp and pull it up on the chat, you know. So it's very important. It's very important. Hi. Hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that feels very good. That feels very good. Thank you very much. I'm glad. You just don't know how much this community has changed me and let me grow. Let me fall apart. Let me be whoever I was at the time and still accepted me. Yes, keep clicking, honey. You're doing fine. You're doing a lot better than me. Yes, yes, yes. I would like to have an update, but I don't know if my phone can handle all those. And it keeps growing, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, it since Christmas to New Year's, which is what, a week? I don't know. We're talking math again. You know, people have come. People have found us. Well, I shouldn't say us. All of us. All of us found the village. Found the village. you know? And it is such a beautiful thing. And the reason I keep bringing up the village, and I don't want to keep harping, but I'm going to, is because everybody has a little piece that fits your puzzle. Everybody has a piece of gold that makes that can fix your heart, fix your vase. They call it something. I don't recall. I'm sorry. I'm brain dead. but but they call it something. It's an Asian name where they take gold and they piece the vase back together with gold. But in the village, there is so many little pieces of gold. Okay, because we share our channel together, and we like right now. Like, yes, thank you. I'm glad somebody knows. So excuse. You have to excuse my lungs. It's the new me. It's the new me. But it I think because we simulcast to the village, okay, where the village has all everybody's understanding and knowledge, right? And everybody has that little piece of gold that can help piece us back together. We won't ever be the same. I mean, even that, I can't say that word because I'm afraid I might get in trouble. But even when they pieced the vase back together, it wasn't the exact same way it was before. But neither are we. Neither are we. We are not the same person we were before. We are not. We are not. We will never will be. Except that. Except that. Thinking that life is. I am so glad you're doing that, honey. Yes, we are. We are. And it doesn't even have to be the vase part. Okay? I mean, even if we look at the big picture. Let's do the big picture where my arms are completely out of the scheme. But I don't get it. I don't get it. You know me. I don't it's not important to me. The big picture. I mean, I wasn't born this big. I was born this big, right? In my 20s, I was nice and svelte and thin and beautiful and bright red hair and blah 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 blah. But that's okay. That's okay. I've turned into this. And for me, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, I wish I could blah 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 blah. But this is the new me. And that's the reason I keep saying that. This is the new me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Echo, you're beautiful in it. I mean, you were meant. I don't know where you've been. You were meant to be part of the village. Yeah, I mean, I can't stress that enough. How you were, it, it was kismet, honey. Let's put it that way. It was kismet. It has nothing to do with it's that how it works. It's meant to be. When things were meant to be, they were meant to be. And if you feel it in your heart and that it's right, then go for it. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. And again, I still love your name. So, but like I said, we are going to change. We're going to change every single day. Yes, that's a good word for it. I'm glad somebody has some bigger vocabulary than me. If it has more than two syllables, I don't know it. You're testing for the waters here. Like I said, it's really shallow. But be that as it may, let's see, and to go to it. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Good. That's good to know. That's good to know. So, what time is it now? I don't even know. Oh, well, shoot. I got all kinds of time. You got all time to listen to me talk. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you got all kinds of time to listen to me talk. So, yeah, thank you. What? Why is body illusion talking? Body illusion should not be talking. Oh, that's kind of spooky, but that's okay. We're like everything else. That's okay. We don't worry about that. It is. I don't understand this 142. What is this 142 thing? It, somebody. Okay. Okay. I keep seeing that 142. Oops. Sorry. I was talking. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't my business. Put it that way. It wasn't my business. Oh, guess what? Guess what? My Savior is here. Praise it, you made it. I'm sorry I've had you work so much today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But um, I, yeah, it happened that way. And like I said before, we just take life as it comes. As it comes. It's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. We just take it as it comes. But like I said, my Savior just walked in the door. Others just walked in. So um, we could do the now. Yeah, he's my life. Like I said, it's just us. We fit in a compact car. You know what takes up the most room? Beans. But back to the village and how it is a beautiful thing. The concept, the it's taken a lot of work. Thank you. Don't I look like I need to be like St. Patty's Day or something? You know, I mean, I'm very green. I would have wore others red hat because as Seventh knows, I still have from his closet. But we saw that yesterday. So I don't want to peat and repeat, you know. So so I found this green one. He didn't know about it until he just now walked in the door. So I'll be very gentle with it. Because he makes these. He makes these. He gets a cheap hat and then he does things to it. I mean, I don't know which side it's on. Oh, here it is. It's on this side. See all the feathers and all the doodads and the stuff like that. Yeah, he does all that kind of stuff. He's very creative. Ruby's mom, I'm glad you're here, honey. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Happy New Year, honey. Happy New Year. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She's an amazing person. She puts up with me because I'm always saying, put up channel, put channel. And Brace is going, I'm going as fast as I can. I'm going as fast as I can. But um, back to, and then I'm going to go back to the village again because I'm going to finish the story. I'm going to finish the story before we get done. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. There's pieces of gold in the village that can, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, doesn't mean it's true, it's gospel, it's written in stone, it doesn't mean doodly squat. In my opinion, there is pieces of gold there if you take the time to look, to piece yourself back together. You're not going to be the same. You're never going to be the same. Don't expect to be the same. And you hear me all the time saying, this is the new me. This is the new me. I accept certain things about me. I accept that when I walk like I'm drunk because my brain says, okay, feet go like this, and my feet go like this. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't care. I don't care. I'm walking. I'm taking it as a positive. You know, uh, it doesn't matter. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving forward. And the more I practice those receptors to understand what I want my feet to do, the more I get them to talk to each other again, the I'm hoping the better I can get to walking, and then I can get the little swivel going. Get the hey, come here, come hither, walk going again. But that's okay too. And Brazy, you haven't asked. You haven't asked not one time. And this has been like the third time. How much time I have left? You haven't asked one time. Not one time. And I thought that was kind of interesting because you were always concerned about my time. But yes, exactly. The swagger, the swagger. Yes, yes. But right now, I'm just trying to keep my feet from letting me fall down. I walk down walls a lot. I walk down walls a lot. You know, just to keep me up. But that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it was just a little over 2 years. They told me I'd never walk again. So on them. But that's the way you have to look at it. Even though they tell you or they bring to you this news that is heartbreaking. Is who's who says? Who says? They said I will never be off oxygen because my lungs are so tore up. I will never be off oxygen. I will carry a tank with me 24/7 a day. 24/7 a day. I will be with a big, huge tank plugged into that tank all the time, constantly. I will be on the what's that albuterol thing called? My hookup. What's it called, sweetie? I'm talking to you, Steven. He's not listening to him. Anyway, my hookah. I'm I'm supposed to be doing that 5 times a day. I'm supposed to be. I inhale. I have an aerosol that is steroids. I do that every day. I do blah blah every day. My lungs. But like I said before, the doc, the lung doctor looked at me and goes, "Your lungs are so tore up. I don't. You have so much going on here. I don't even know what to do." And I went, "Then why am I paying you? Why am I paying you that you don't even know what to do for me? Why are you? Why are we bothering each other's time?" you know, you don't realize how hard it is for me to climb into a car and turn a key on and drive there and sit there in an office and wait for you to come to get me and then sit there in a room and wait for you to come and tell me you don't know what to do for me. It's fine for if that's what you want to do and you have time to do that. But It's not good for somebody with agoraphobia. As soon as I walk out the door and turn the key, it's on. It's on. And then leave me sitting in a waiting room, and then leave me sitting in examination room, and then come in and tell me there's nothing they can really do. Just hang on. Is like, okay, then why am I here? Why am I here? But you can see there's no tubes attached. I do not have the oxygen machine. I got rid of it within a month of being home. I got rid of all of it. I got rid of all of it. Uh, I decided what happened? What happened? What happened? I decided that I was not going to be that invalid. I was not going to be that person. But I'm one of those people that you tell me I can't do something, I say F you, and I make it happen. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. I'll show you kind of attitude. I'll show you. Um, I live alone, so and that's another reason why I had to figure out how to function. It may be clumsy. It may be silly. I have pictures. I don't know, usually nearby to pick up things off the floor. If I feel like if I bend over, I'm gonna just do a rollover, a headstand on the ground. I have pictures for that. I don't let it stop you. That's the whole story. Who cares about me? I don't. It's not important. Don't let it stop you. What they tell you, don't let them stop you. Okay? Don't let them stop your world and your progress. They told me all kinds of stuff. And this is just part of what they told me. You know? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ned. Yeah. Yeah. And and like I talked to you about how my brain doesn't work right and the pond is really shallow. So what? So what? It's the new me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You accept who I am or you don't. That's it. I can't change for you. I've changed for people before and it didn't work out well. So I decided I'm just going to accept who I am, and hopefully there's others that accept me as well. And because of the village, there's so many people out there that I have come to love and become my chosen family. My chosen family. Not the family I was born with. Don't get me wrong. You can tell I have all kinds of stories about them. That was just the tip of the iceberg. But the village, and I could say you and you and you and you and you and you and you, and I can name off names. Brazy, Ned, my other's keeper. I can just name off names. Seventh, Yemina. I can just name off names. The names never end. Teresa, a new beautiful person. A new beautiful person that just came into the village. So, I mean, the names are never ending. The names are never ending. So it's nice to find a place where even though as broken as I am, there's other people that understand. There's people that understand it. There's people in the village that are broken as well. We're all broken. We're all broken one way or another. Our broken is different. So that's another reason why the village You need to stay with the village and stay. I'm sorry to keep saying it, sub to the village, because of your peace that you need, that piece of gold that you need to help put you back together, maybe in there, maybe in there. So that's all I can say about that. You know, I'm running out of time, and you're probably really sick of listening to me. But as you can see, it doesn't stop me from talking. I can rattle about anything. So, you're beautiful. You're wonderful. And thank you. That's all I can say is thank you for being there when, yes, we can do that. We can do that. I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to jump in and be myself if you can handle it. If you can handle it. It gets a little bumpy because I tend to, actually what happens is I tend to get quiet. I tend to get quiet around people, you know. I do a lot of observing before this comes out. Unless I'm with Ben, and then it just bleh, the whole world comes out of me. Excuse me again. So that, see, like that, that's the new me. It's nothing I can do about it. It's the new me. It's just how it is, you know. Um, I don't fuss over it. It's just the way it is. We will be changing. We will be growing. We will be, and it grow to the person you were meant to be. That's all I can say to you. Okay? This is your year. This is your year to prove it to everyone. Okay? Oh, I'm almost out of time. Okay. It's time to, okay? I love you. I love you. You're all beautiful. And thank you so much for being here. You help me so much more than you will ever know. Ever know. And I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at your names. You have helped me more than you'll ever know. I love you all. You are the most beautiful people in the whole wide world. And I don't know where I would be without you. And please, please try to make today better than yesterday. Okay? One little step at a time.